Hi, my name is Eric. I'm a mobile web developer. Let me start by asking you a question. Have you ever heard of any food recall in Kenya? For me, I've never. And the reason is, there could be various reasons, but these are mainly the two of them. One, we produce very healthy food, and therefore there's no need of producing of any recalls or of any traceability. Two, we actually don't have any mechanism in the country, or there are no organization put in place to deal with it. And let me also ask you another question. From time to time, we hear cases of people of donkey meat being found in some bushes. And when you go to supermarket, you may ask yourself about the meat you're about to purchase. Is it donkey meat? Where does the meat come from? Or if you're purchasing some fresh produce, you might wonder, did this fresh produce, was it grown by some sewage? And moreover, consumers around the world of food, they're actually getting more and more concerned. Let's take, for instance, there was a case some months ago. There was a case of horse meat being labeled as beef meat when it was actually wrong, and it brought a lot of attention. And one thing is, in our country, agriculture is one of the biggest source of income to us, and thousands of small farmers, they rely on this on exporting their produce to these consumers who are so much concerned about their source of food. Do you know that in year 2011 and 2012 we lost about 10 billion of produce being rejected, mainly because when this produce was being exported outside, the farmers had actually sprayed chemicals which were banned by the countries they were exporting to, and it affects lives. And because these farmers, they rely on this income for their families, and it's quite a challenge, because at the moment it's actually there doesn't exist any clear mechanism for the end consumers to get information very quickly and at very low cost. And that's why we created our startup named Tracing Mark. And Tracing Mark, we use mobile technology to actually reduce the information gap that lies between the consumers of food and the source of the food. That is, the information gap which is not quite there, and between the guys who are eating the food and the farmer. And so we are using mobile application to connect the person who eats the food and the farmer, and in a way bring about some form of insurance, some form of safety for the consumer, and some form of confidence over the food source they eat. In this way, it actually benefits both the farmer and any other food company which is exporting, and also the local market, because we in a way we ensure that food contaminated food which is not supposed to be in the food chain doesn't enter there.